Hello, my name is Inda and I'm the founder of Workspired. This is my first video log, and the reason why I'm trying a video out is because I read a stat a few weeks ago which said that 74% of online traffic in 2017 is going to be made up of videos. So I thought if people are watching videos more and more and arguably reading less and less, then I probably need to think about that medium a bit more. So I hope you enjoyed this video and please give me lots and lots of feedback. This week I read my program, which is around helping people find a career that they love, and I wanted to share 3 learnings that I took away from this particular session. Firstly, finding what you love to do may be easier than you think. So in the session coming in, I had people thinking that it's going to be really hard to find a career that they love. They've been spending years and years and years. And through applying our process, competence and flow, people pretty quickly were able to figure out what it is that they might love to do. Competence is something which people have a pretty good understanding of in terms of what is it that they are executing, which they are better at than the average person. When it comes to flow, which is how you feel, when you're in the zone or you lose sense of time or something feels really easy, that's something which takes a bit more time to unpack, but with a bit of coaching from myself in the session as well as feedback from your peers, i.e. others attending, then it's pretty quick that people figure out what it is that they might be passionate about. So it's not as difficult as you realize. The second learning is around finding or pursuing your passion may not be as far as you think it might be. So what I mean by it being as far as you think it might be is really around you might not require a seismic shift in your working life to pursue what you love to do. To illustrate this, in this week's program, some of the passions that people identified were things like planning, scheduling, helping people solve problems. You can, arguably, you can do any of those things in lots and lots of jobs, from project management to being a tradesperson to being a doctor. All of those jobs require planning, scheduling and solving problems. And so you need to look at what your background is, what are your strengths, what have you been doing where you can start to dial up and pursue what you love a bit more. And so therefore it's about looking at your current job and what opportunities you might have to tweak what you do a little bit to pursue what you love. Now, there might also be situations where what you love to do is quite different to your current job, and that might involve a bit more work. And that's probably a topic for a different video. The third tip, or third learning I should say, is around the key challenge I saw this week was around taking action. And so what I realized is that, you know, lots and lots of people, and myself included, we're really comfortable in the life that we live. The analogy I use, that it's a bit like having an old shoe. You know, the old shoe, it's torn, it's got holes, water comes in when it's raining, you know, the sole is as thin as a piece of paper. However, it's become old, I guess, as you've become older. It's now part of your life, and it's really comfortable, even though it may not be very effective, if that makes sense. And so the life that we live, we've constructed that, and whether we are getting the outcomes that we really like, we've become really comfortable. And so making shifts can require a fair bit of effort and a fair bit of work. And so my 3 tips are that firstly, understanding why you're making that shift is really important, because you might need to make sacrifices in your life, and therefore getting a sense of the bigger picture is really key. Secondly, it's around taking baby steps. So not trying to, you know, bite off the entire elephant, breaking it up into small pieces, taking baby steps, celebrate your wins. That can really help with generating momentum. And thirdly, working with someone, it could be a professional, but it could also be friends and family. And that's really around getting encouragement and motivation, and also a bit of accountability as well. That really helps with taking action. So My 3 learnings again from this week's session are firstly, your passion may not be, finding your passion is easier than you think. Secondly, pursuing your passion may not be far away from what you do today. And lastly, taking action can be a challenge, but there's some tips and tricks to overcoming them. So that's my program and learnings. I wanted to close with sharing with you that I've got a webinar coming up this Thursday, 4th of May from 7 to 8 p.m. where I'm going to be sharing with everyone everything you need to know to find a career that you love, as well as some tips and tricks for accelerating the process. So I'm really excited about this webinar. I've run a lot of face-to-face sessions and had some fantastic feedback. And so if you're interested in joining, please send me an email. My email address will pop up soon, and I'll send you an invitation. I look forward to having as many people as possible there. There's a max of 25 seats available, and I think I've got about 15 fills. So get in quick, and I look forward to seeing as many of you there. Thank you, and have a great week ahead.